So should have probably got the complete unboxing. This is what you get in the box. Amazon purchase. It's a Radon booster fan. Some dimensions there. You'll see when I get upstairs this 4 3/4 overall. That's why I selected this one for to power my passive system. So here's why I bought it too. 16 watts, so it shouldn't take a whole lot to. Previous video showed the whole system up there. On that system, when I put it in, I use these 4-inch rubber couplers from our local Menards. These were, I want to say, $6 a piece at Menards. Amazon wanted like $17 a piece. So my guess is right now when I plug this in, it's going to walk all over this table. Well, maybe not. I could feel a slight vibration. You guys, is this thing blowing air or not?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I can see right through it.
Yeah, well, it's a fan when it's turning. That's the fan when it's running. Just a quick, drop. I don't know if it says the wattage on here. 0.25 amps. So with the voltage and whatnot, I can get the wattage, but I'm guessing their 16 watt estimation is correct. So that's made in China. I never would have guessed that. So gonna get this up there, and you'll see in a few minutes what the issue is. So we'll get that up there. This is also from Amazon. So what this is a GLX fan control. So my hope is that when I get this system in there, I can fire it up. And then, this actually came yesterday. Hold on to that for a minute. I've only got one hand. The other one has to be on this camera at all times. Can you hold on to it? Hold on to the part. Like you're... Oh, my Lord. I've also given up swearing for this year, and all of my kids are trying to get me to swear, so they're intentionally doing really stupid things. All right, so this is the fan control, which looks like when I get it upstairs, it should be pretty easy to install. So that's in. Set the off. Okay, so we put this plug into the bottom. Oh, hold on, I can't see underneath there. Do it this way. Plug this in first. My helper's gone, so now I gotta move the camera over here. There, plug it. Okay, so it's plugged in there. Put that in here. All right. Get both at the same time. I think they said that it was supposed to. Well, that's high. It only supposedly only goes down to like 50% of fan, so it doesn't burn up the fan. So if I turn this down to low, it's the lowest setting. It's definitely a lot quieter. It's still moving air. So that in conjunction with a manometer, and I should be able to dial it in just so I have some vacuum. So now I'm going to get up to the installation. You can really see diameter here. It took two of us here really finagling this thing to get it on. That'll have to be adjusted larger. Hopefully I've got enough. We'll see. But I was going to put these on down here where it's warm before I go up into the attic to put the rest of it on. So I'm trying to put the lettering the right way. So when I put it together, I realized this is the upside and not putting it backwards. So pre-assembled here. You can kind of see it's really, I don't know, it's hard to see. It really bells out there, right? It really kind of flares out right here. It's hard to see you can kind of see it there. So I got these bottom ones tightened down, and it's just barely that other end of it comes. So I took it all the way apart and put it back around, and it's just barely that it makes it through, which I think means we're legal. So hopefully this top section fits. All right, so we're heading up here.
Yep.
This happens to be in Weston's room. We have a little door that gets us over to the area. So now that's the fan we're gonna put in, right? So we've got a lock in here so that
Yeah.
You sometimes hear noises in there, like there might be animals or something living up there, so we don't want them getting into the room. So if we just... What the... That's what the noise was from. Alright, we gotta get back in here and get this going. So as you can see, this is where a lot of our holiday related stuff gets. Pay no attention to that street sign right there. Alright, so now what I have to do is hopefully I can find a way to cut into this section of pipe. And then again, that outlet's there, so we're good to go. It's chilly in here. So what I'm guessing I'll do is something, something, you know, in this region here. Zoom back here. Somewhere in the middle. I'm just going to cut the pipe and then shove it through the roof further. So hopefully that doesn't screw up my insulation job there. But yeah, right about there somewhere I think is a good height. Gives me a little bit of distance down to the elbow. I do have a rubber coupler down there. So that one was a different brand. That was also a 4-inch one. And that was from Menards. So let's see, that one's just barely captured on that radiator clamp there too. So anyway, so I'll figure out where to cut this exactly. Probably make it some nice nominal distance. So this is a trick. I think it's a trick. You wrap paper around a pipe and then just make sure that where it overlaps, it's even. And then you put that to the mark that you want it to be cut to, or that you want to draw the line to. And if you trace it around, that'll be a straight line. I guarantee you I will not be able to cut it that straight, but at least I'll start out with a mark that's straight all the way around where I want it to be. So there you can kind of see the super duper perfectly straight line. But I got it all the way around at that level. So let me put the paper on and I'll kind of wrap it around. The first time you end up with something like this. That's not a straight line. If you get this kind of crooked like this, you know, that's not a straight line. But if you bring these up, keep it tight to the pipe, bring these up. This is kind of fuzzy in here. The lighting up here in the attic is not great, but you get these all lined up. Come on, come on, come with me here. Must be the coloration. There you go. So bring that up so it lines up. Make sure it follows all the way around, and that's how you get your line to trace. So then I just put that down to the mark where I had it, roughly a foot up from the coupling. So just pick the nominal. That made sense. I assume putting it in that, it'll put the, I'm just going to push the other pipe up, so it'll put this about here somewhere, which gets me, you know, a little bit up. I want to leave some length here so that the wind blowing on this pipe sticks up maybe a foot or two out in the air. So I don't want to have, I'm going to add it, it'll be a foot taller, or whatever the height of this thing is. Roughly, what is it? It's going to be about 10 inches, but we're going to be taking 4 inches off, so it'll be about 6 inches further sticking out of the roof than it was before. So let me find a saw, cut this really crooked and jagged, and then try to get
so the other part of this system is going to be this manometer. This is another Amazon purchase. Radon away, I think it was like 12 or 14 bucks. So I'm going to hook this up. My guess is right now I should be at 0 because there's just a passive system, so it's just the air flowing through the system, which should be pretty much atmospheric. And my hope is that adding the fan will at least get me to a slightly negative level. All the pipes being sealed, all the concrete being sealed, all that stuff. So hopefully with a little bit of a pipe, with a little bit of a fan, I can get the pipe to be a vacuum. So let me get this out of the bag and see what that looks like. My guess here is that I'll have to drill a hole. This is likely the tube that goes into the hole I drill. Got some screws here to put it on. Looks like they might even have a sticker you put on here. Look at that. Well, maybe I'll throw some of those stickers upstairs too by the fan when we get to that point. Radon Professional, please read. Well, being a dumb schmuck. No need to read that. Well, this is cool. I was just looking for a bag that I could put some information in. I'll put all the rest of the instructions in there, hang that upstairs. Oh, and what is this? Radon reduction system information, blah, blah, blah. That's what I got. A pipe going from the house basement all the way up to the roof. Looks like they have a special fan that goes up. Ooh, this is using the wife's, oh, there it is, using the wife's phone. Radon away fan. Well, that's not what I have, because that one the diameter of that one way bigger than the pipe it's going through. That would not fit in my space. So anyway, so I think I don't really see any instructions. So, but what I'm gonna do, get a drill bit with this size hole that goes in here, and then into my pipe. And then I have to somehow fix this probably to the pipe with one of the two of these screws. So we'll head downstairs and see. So the problem I do have is that I have this insulation on top of the pipe. Kind of don't want to put down here to be a nice spot because you'd be able to see it, but I kind of want to put it up in here more. So I might just use one screw to attach it and then run it through here. So I'm going to get my drill bit, drill that in. Maybe I'll attach this first through all of this and then do my drill bit, push it through all of this. Maybe get a little bit of duct tape and get that in there. So out in the shop, I think it said use a 3/16. It's hard to see with this fuzzy camera in my face. That looks like it might be more of a line on line. Still feels a bit sloppy, but I think the next size down, I'm not gonna be able to get that. Yeah, next size down. Let's see once it goes in here just barely. This drill bit is a little sloppy in there. I mean, you can always drill it bigger, right? 30 seconds. And grab a drill and back in the project. So I've got the boiler going here. Here's the fan. So I'm gonna not take this apart. Obviously we got a 4-inch pipe in here. I'm gonna drill the one to hold the clamp first. So we're talking, I'm gonna put the top one in, gonna let it hang down, even though you're probably not supposed to. I should be able to do this, and then put the hose over here. I just don't want to get it too low in this pipe so that any water that would be running down would get in there. So I'm gonna run it here, then I'm gonna run the line over here. So I'll probably just try to center this in the first drill bit. I'll drill for the screw in the center of this pipe. All right, so I broke down 3/16 hole. I said I'm not gonna drill that. I'm gonna drill a smaller one. You can always drill it bigger, but it should be 2 inches below the top of the gauge, so that the gauge will prevent condensation. So I'm gonna come in this other side and kind of bring it downhill. Anyway, I'll drill that next hole 2 inches down from top of the gauge and see what that looks like. So I've got this mounted. The one hole. One thing to look at is when you start drilling into this, it likes to twist this all around, so you gotta be careful about that. But I've got it in here, and the hole that I drill for the tube has got to be 2 inches below the top of this. So I don't know if I'll do it on this side or this side. I think I'll do this side. I don't want any water that's sitting on the bottom of this pipe to get into there. So do it on this side, because that way this side's actually a little higher up on this angled pipe. And that'll get me a little more off the bottom of that. I don't pipe in, run it over. The tricky part to see is where this goes in, because it's so dark in here. But getting through this into that, I kind of had to push this all down tight and then get it in. So now I've got it in there where it's pretty solid. There's some rubber stoppers in the top here. I'll pull those out. Then I'll go read the instructions and see if that's what I'm supposed to do. But there's little rubber stoppers. Pull those out. And then this should go on this side. So now this is reading level across, which means there's no vacuum in the system. So now we'll go put the rest of the stuff together and see if it makes a vacuum. Well, at least part of the way around. So I've traced the line as far as I can with this gigantic saw. So now I'm going to saw the rest of the way through. Now that I've traced the line, that's, I don't know, it's halfway following the line. So at least I'll have half of it straight, and then we'll come back and see if we can put in the parts. So I'm about that far through, and I'm getting water here already. So there's definitely condensation inside this pipe. Now this is not insulated at all here. I see it downstairs. Other places I have insulation around it. But yeah, so I'm roughly halfway through and I'm getting all sorts of water through here. So I'll finish this up quick. So now what I've done is I've pushed this up. So this is just a cut. I didn't cut a section out. Nice Ford TW20, huh? Everyone like that? Oh yeah, this is like a tractor mission. Now there is water dripping down in here. So this fan isn't
waterproof, so we're hoping once we get the fan blowing some air through there, maybe that'll
Yeah.
dry it out. But so I'm gonna put this on. We're gonna
watch
come back
what
in a
we're
second.
doing.
So can you back up a little bit so I can see this right here? So one thing to note is that this this is the really cheap pipe, and it's really thin. It looks like this, and so that's really gonna drive going from this larger size down to the smaller size. But I was able to get it, you know, zoom in down here, bud. No, back up a little bit. When I didn't zoom in, yeah, there you go, perfect. Down a little bit. So right there, you can see the difference here. Let me take this here for 1 second. So right there, you can see the difference between here to there. So if I was to glue this in, like I said, I shouldn't have put in this super duper, extra duper cheap PVC pipe, but when I was putting the system in, I just went super cheap on it. I'm just going to tighten this down until we get a decent level here. I'm going to plug it in full blast. So, can you hear that? I can hear it. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put this in later, but we'll head downstairs and we'll check and see if this is providing any vacuum whatsoever. So what it looks like is I could have probably saved the money for the fan speed regulator, because we are just barely drawing a vacuum, which is all I really need. I could probably bring this down just a slight bit with that speed reducer. So I'll see if I can put that on, if that quiets it down any, but really it's not all that loud, even at 100%, so. Are you there?
Yeah.
All right, you're on speakerphone doing a video. So now, you saw that little line I showed you before?
Yeah.
Okay, just hold up 1 minute. I'm gonna tell me what the line is doing now.
It's going down a little. It's
Okay.
right below the line.
Okay, so just stay there once. I'm gonna plug this fan. So right now the system's off. So the left side and the right side should be level. Is that what it looks like?
Yeah.
Okay. Give me 1 minute. Plug this thing in. I want to wrap this around the back, but we'll figure that out later. So I'm going to plug this back in, and then turn this on. Leave it on high to start with.
Okay.
All right. So tell me what the line's doing now.
The right side is going up a little bit.
Okay. So they're not level anymore. I'm going to bring it down a little bit. What's it doing right there?
The left side went up a little.
Are they level, or is one side still up above the other?
They're about level. The
Okay.
left side is still up a tiny bit.
All right. I want them to be not level. So how about right there?
Yeah, a little bit, not big.
Okay, let me see it. So right here, what is it set up like now?
That's pretty much perfect.
But they're talking perfect meaning level, right?
Yeah.
All right, so low isn't gonna work. We're gonna go to medium.
That brings down the left side a little.
All right, I'm gonna go there because the thing seems to be a lot quieter in this medium range. All right,
Yeah.
cool. Thanks, man. I'll be down in a little bit to check it out. Oh, that's why you were saying to get a chair. All right, so you can see here it's just slightly vacuum. So on this one side here, it's at the line or a little bit above, and this side here it's just a little bit below the line. So that we're gonna try it there for a while. It's a lot quieter upstairs in that section. So good job helping me out with that, bud.
Yep.
So that's now all I gotta do is put all the stickers on, and we'll see how that looks. Rerouted my wire behind there, and I found that there's a little section right there, so you can screw it in so no one can unplug it. Obviously, you can come down here and unplug it if you have to, but so we're gonna run this at medium, at the high end of medium. And I don't know if anybody can really hear this, but I'm gonna try it again. Oops, that was off. So that's on. I don't really hear.
Yeah, you don't hear much.
It's not vibrating too much, but you can hear the hum.
And if you shut the door, you won't hear it.
Yeah, we definitely won't hear it on the other side. Because, yeah, there's a bedroom right here, see? So that's the bedroom on the other side of the wall here. So it's right outside the door here, but it seems like that's a decent speed. Now let me put some of the stickers on. Alright, so this is what we did. We've got radon fan, nice and square. Let me square that up for you. There you go, square. And then we've got this one here, radon reduction system, do not tamper with or disconnect. And then this one here, radon reduction system, do not tamper or disconnect, because it's right next to this. And then we just put one of these stickers here, radon fan circuit, so that should be fairly self-explanatory. Well, not really self-explanatory, but like the stickers are descriptive enough to let you know what's going on.
Yeah.
So anyway, so that's what we got right now. We're gonna see now. Actually, when I head downstairs with the other stickers on, we'll check the radon meter and see what that shows. I'm just amazed at how this looks like I paid somebody to come in and do it. But they even put this little thing on here so you understand what the fan is, and then on the back side they have how to read the meter. I mean, this whoever put this system in, whoever I paid thousands of dollars to put this system in, did a really nice job. Would you say? I mean, that guy, he came in, he was all professional. I mean, it only took him like, I don't know, 7 years to get this system completed, but it turned out pretty nice. So I guess now we'll, like I said, for the 15th time, we'll head down and then we'll put the stickers down there. All right, so this is the master bathroom. When they had the professionals come put the system in, they ran the pipe up through this cabinet. So I was gonna put the manometer in here. But anyways, we're gonna put just a sticker in here so that if you come in here, you know what this pipe is. So put that on there. Try to get it as straight as you can. Back in there. Yep, there you go. Perfect height. Yep. Stick it on there. Stick it down good. There. So when you open up the cabinet, you should know that this is the radon pipe. You probably put another one in the cabinet below too, I guess.
Yeah.
It runs all the way through here. It runs all the way up to through the attic and where we just came from. So.
In the basement. So.
Anyway, so that's the end of that. Oh, you know what we forgot was to check on the radon meter. Let's head down and check on the radon meter. All right, so we're starting out at 1.3, which it was much higher previously. But anyway, we're gonna start at 1.3. I'd like to put this video together before we wait a week, so maybe I'll do another follow-up, but it can't really go up because now we have a vacuum, so it should. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope this helps somebody figure out how to do their own radon system, because this whole thing cost me less than a couple $100. Have fun, guys. Professional that I had come in and fill this out, he filled all this out. So installer, that dumb schmuck, today, January 3rd, 2020. And obviously website, YouTube. That's how you got here. And the most important thing, subscribe.
Yep. Hit that like button.
Slam that bell icon, because you know you want to. I mean, where do you find stuff like, yeah, there, hit the like button. Hit it again. Boop, boop, boop. All right. See you guys. Have a good night.